ladies and gentlemen, for a while, many people thought immigration would be the answer for population decline that's going on in the country. Well, immigration really is not that answer at all. And even European countries were pretty much saying the same thing, immigration, to make up for the low birth rate. It couldn't possibly work, you know? And you got to look at the quality of people that are coming into your country. Are these people bringing a lot of good technology, knowledge? Are they bringing something that you must have to the country? Because most are not. They're not at all. So this came out in the New York Times. Immigrant population growth in the US slows to a trickle. So this country has been gaining immigrants every single year. And now that gain is slowing down a lot. And some of it is people feel that Trump's policy has scared a lot of people away. They won't even bother coming to the US anymore because of the immigration policies. So the net increase of immigrants in the American population dropped about 200,000 people in 2018, a decline of more than 70% from the year before. So that's quite a drop. 70%, that's pretty significant. So they are saying the last time they saw something like this happen was during the Great Recession. Okay, and we know that was about 2008. So this should be very concerning to the administration, and its policies are scaring people away. You know, quite frankly, I don't think Trump cares that he's scaring these folks away. I don't think he cares. I really don't. I don't think he cares. So the administration officials said it was impossible to comment without seeing the details of the analysis. The numbers were released on Thursday as part of the Census Bureau American Community Survey. So what American Community Survey is sort of like a scaled down census of all foreign born people that came to America. So this gives them a clear picture of how the American population changed due to immigration. So the survey contains thousands of other details on the American population, including on geography of income and poverty. The Bureau found that economic inequality rose last year for the nation and for 9 states. Economic analysts said this was part of a long-term trend that began in the 1970s and meant that Americans at the middle and bottom of the economic ladder have had little increase in income, while those on top have had a lot. Okay, so now there are large declines in the level of immigrants that were among people of Latin America and Asia who were not United States citizens, Mr. Frey found. In all, about 45 million foreign born people lived in the United States in 2018. About half of those were citizens. Nearly a quarter were undocumented, and the remaining quarter were legal residents. Immigrants, as a share of the country's population, remained flat at 13.7%, the highest share since 1910. Such a sharp drop in immigrant flows is unusual during times of economic expansion when jobs are plentiful and people tend to want to stay and work. The last time the pace slowed so much was during the financial crisis of 2008, when the flow actually declined. Experts said much of last year's drop was probably an indirect effect of Trump's approach to immigration policy. Congress set most limits on immigration, but the president's policies can also have an effect. Trump's ban on travel from several majority Muslim countries in 2017 has stranded thousands of immigrants abroad. He has cut the number of refugees and created new policies that make processing visa applications more onerous. Well, he doesn't want to make it easy for them to be here. I mean, look, they're caging these people up and separating their children from them. And I guess they're seeing a lot of this and it's turning them off from coming. Okay, so he added, it's what you would expect if you became more difficult for some immigrants to get to the United States and others found the country less welcoming. The biggest decline was among people from Latin America who were not U.S. citizens. The Census Bureau does not designate what portion of non citizens are in the country illegally, but Mr. Frey said it was possible that some of the decline was among those people. In all, non citizens declined by 478,000 people. More than half were people from Latin America. For many years, Mexico was the largest contributor of immigrants. But since 2010, the number of immigrants arriving from Mexico has declined, while the number coming from China and India have surged. But in 2018, the number of people from Asia who lived in the United States but were not American citizens declined. Mr. Baer said that could reflect people working or studying in the United States who had given up on waiting for immigration status. Yeah, that's possible. The difference is so large that it's more likely that people who are waiting or hoping for legal permanent residence felt that the arrival of the Trump administration was the writing on the wall, he said. That goes for people in all sorts of statuses. Another decline appears to be happening among students from China. The Associated Press reported this week that American universities are reporting steep declines in Chinese students, which is cutting into tuition revenue. And you know what? With the trade war going on, I bet you that's going to continue to decline. It's going to continue to decline. Several universities have reported drops of 1/5 or more this fall, according to the report, which quoted university administrators blaming rising tensions between the two countries. Exactly. It's the trade war. It's the trade war. So that's why you're seeing a decline in these students coming. All right. So Frey also spotted political patterns. As of the 14 states with the lowest concentration of foreign born people, 12 voted for Trump. In half of those 12 states, Asians dominated recent immigrant gains. In 10 of those states, immigrants are more likely than native born residents to hold bachelor's degrees, Mr. Frey found. Two states, New York and Illinois, had measurable declines in their foreign born population. And yeah, in New York, usually have a high number of immigrants there, while 11 had increases, including Florida, Texas, and Arizona. So, ladies and gentlemen, please tell me what you think. It's a sharp decrease in immigrants coming to the country. A lot of it is being blamed on Trump's trade wars and the tensions between China and the US, and less people coming in from Latin America, and they believe it's due to Trump's policies on immigration. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.